Sékou Kone is the new gem Manchester United have signed this summer. He's already been dubbed the new Yaya Toure and Michael Essien, and described as the new N'Golo Kanté with the touch of Paul Pogba. Sounds quite intriguing, doesn't it? But you don't know much about this guy yet, and in fact until recently we hadn't heard of him either. However, in this video we are gonna tell you everything we have already found out about his signing and more. Who is Sékou Kone? Who is responsible for his move to United? What are the Red Devils' plans for him? And what does this transfer mean for the ambitious project of the club's owners, INEOS Group? Let's get into it! Sékou Kone is an 18-year-old player from Malian side Guidars FC who joins Manchester United for £1.2 million fee, with potential add-ons depending on professional appearances. Kone operates as a midfielder, either in a central role or a deep-lying defensive position. He's great at performing as a number 6 or number 8, but he is nominally still a defensive midfielder. Moreover, our guy has an impressive game engine inside him. Sékou never gets tired, has excellent body control, and changes his movements on the pitch very quickly, making him extremely unpredictable. And even though he doesn't have the best physique out there, he's 176 cm tall with 65 kg of weight, Kone still manages to deliver pretty relentless performances. He always takes the initiative, literally demanding the ball from his teammates, but does not spare himself when playing without it. Kone is always very attentive and unyielding against his opponents. The lad's long limbs allow Sékou to cover a lot of space and use convenient angles for tackles. Running into duels and winning the ball back from the opponent are the young Malian's favorite tasks. Kone is also highly skilled when it comes to working in the other half of the pitch. He can be called a forward-thinking footballer who definitely has a knack for ball progression. Sékou often resorts to trickery. He masterfully uses his hips and cleverly hides his intentions on the pitch. For instance, he can pick up the ball in the midfield and suddenly run to the opposition's box through the entire defensive line, or he can drastically slow down the pace of the game if he needs to. Competitors always approach Kone cautiously, as they have no idea what to expect from him in the next second. By mixing a lot of tactical techniques in his football style, Sékou is progressing beyond his years. Simply put, he properly integrates aggression and toughness in defensive operations with explosive and unusual decisions in attack. What's more, the way he plays, his pace, positioning, vision on the pitch, and even his movements really remind us of former Manchester City midfielder Yaya Toure and former Chelsea midfielders Michael Essien and N'Golo Kanté. You will also be surprised by some interesting facts about his football beginnings. Kone studied at the Malian JMG Academy. By the way, it was there where the talent of midfielder Yves Bissouma was discovered. You know, that guy who has made it big in the Premier League and is now a Tottenham Hotspur player. Very soon, Sékou may become the second representative of Mali to succeed there. Nevertheless, Kone has already managed to make a name for himself. His finest hour came at the 2023 Under-17 World Cup, where he was a key contributor to Mali's results. During the tournament, Sékou made 7 appearances, scored high points in each game according to stat websites, delivered 2 assists, and led his country to bronze medals. In a third-place clash, Kone's side beautifully dealt with Argentina, winning 3-0. Sékou showed a superb display in all aspects, impressing everyone at the stadium. Spectators, journalists, and commentators confidently called him the best DM in the U17 World Cup. Once the competition was over, scouts from European clubs began to monitor Sékou. Rumors were spreading that Kone was on the radar of RB Salzburg, Crystal Palace, and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Moreover, recently the HITC football website, citing its sources, claimed that Chelsea, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Juventus, as well as AS Monaco were interested in the footballer's services. However, Manchester United beat them all, thanks to the former technical director of RB Leipzig and Chelsea, Christopher Vivel. In June, the Mancunians hired the specialist for the position of Director of Global Talent. For the past 2 months, Vivel has been looking for young stars for United around the world and has actually had some success, which is evidenced by the recruiting of Sékou Kone. In addition to the intervention of the influential director, The Red Devils were also helped by the players' preferences. The Manchester club supporters have noticed that 4 years ago, Koné liked Bruno Fernandes's post on Instagram. Sékou praised the Portuguese's post after his debut appearance for the first team, in which he scored against Watford. Therefore, it looks like Koné is a Man United fan, or at least a personal admirer of Bruno. Needless to say, it also helped the club win the competition for Sékou's signature. But what are United's plans for the promising African newcomer for now? The Athletic's Laurie Whitwell informs. Sékou Kone is seen as having a lot of potential, and while he is one for the future, it's hoped that he will provide an option for the first time in a holding midfield zone in the long term. He will join the youth ranks with a long-term deal in mind, similar to how United signed Chida Obi Martin following the youngster's exit from Arsenal. The club are aware of the massive cultural shift Koné will experience coming from Mali and aim to be steady with his integration. Whitwell adds that as soon as Sékou fully adapts to life in England, he will be featured in matches of the United U21 youth team. From there, the path to the first team should be open for him. If the lad keeps up his ongoing progress, he will definitely make his debut at Old Trafford in the next 2 or 3 years. You know guys, the way Man United are planning to integrate Koné into the team shows the level of professionalism of the club's new owners, the INEOS Group. The previously mentioned Christopher Vival, along with the newly appointed directors Dan Ashworth and Omar Berrada, is the one who built the club's future. This summer, the Manx have already secured the signings of 18-year-old Lille defender Lenny Yoro, 16-year-old Arsenal striker Chidozie Obi Martin, and 16-year-old Crystal Palace winger Samuel Luzal. Each of the three has outstanding potential, and with that in mind, United executives are forming the club's spine for the next decade. Still, no one has forgotten about the current situation. This transfer window saw head coach Erik ten Hag bringing 23-year-old striker Joshua Zirkzee and 25-year-old defender Matthijs de Ligt. Also, 23-year-old PSG defender Manuel Ugarte is on the way. Young, hot shots are coming to Old Trafford from everywhere. INEOS manages to conduct a solid business on 2 fronts, clearly adhering to its concept, which relies on young, talented performers. Sékou Kone seems to be another brilliant addition to the collection of prospects that Manchester United bosses are assembling. Then again, let's remember that we are talking about an 18-year-old boy jumping from African football straight to the highest standards. Koné's adaptation in England will not be instantaneous and easy, nor will his rise to the United main roster. Sékou will need time, patience, and faith from everyone around him along the way. Yet the impact that the Malian youngster will have on the team once he progresses to his peak will be felt by everyone from INEOS and Erik ten Hag to the fans. Meanwhile, we can only visualize the killer link-up Koné would form with Kobbie Mainoo in the midfield.
Wow.
It'll certainly be an amazing blend of youth, potential, skill, and thirst for huge victories. We wish Sékou Kone all the best, and we highly recommend, folks, that you check out our other top Manchester United related videos. They're all right here in front of you, so choose the one you may find interesting. Thank you for your attention, and we'll see you soon.